We often imagine celebrities with a whole team of people helping them complete everyday tasks, from private chefs to chauffeurs, assistants, and more. But how do celebrity parents manage? Some hire a team of nannies to help them manage their hectic schedules, and others refuse the hired help and opt to do it solo for the full hands-on experience. And if you like live events, check out SeatGeek.com and use the promo code TTC for $20 off your first order.
I am going to talk to my daughter about everything that I did in my life because it's just not a secret, but I also want it to be like a lesson.
Number 1. Cardi B and Offset. When Cardi B and Offset welcomed Kutcher, their first child together, and Offset's fourth, Cardi said they weren't going to hire a nanny because she couldn't trust many people around her child. Even though she was encouraged to get a nanny for her career, the rapper refused to hire help. She hasn't slowed down in her career. Even with 2 kids, she's still being, well, Cardi B. With the help of family, Offset and Cardi have continued in the no-nanny front and are still very hands-on. Number 2. Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik. When you give birth in the middle of lockdowns, plans can change. For Gigi, that was not being able to make it to the hospital to have baby Kai, and instead having her mom, Zayn, and sister by her side to welcome her daughter at home. According to Yolanda, Gigi wants to do it without a nanny for as long as possible before she has to work. But for now, Gigi says she's reworking her work schedule to include less travel to be able to be there with Kai. Number 3. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. If they're not cropping each other out of birthday posts, they're getting down and dirty with the parenting game. Blake and Ryan have gushed about their love for parenthood and are doing it without nannies or hired help. Instead, they rely on the loving help of family. Blake says her parents are some of the best nannies, having raised 5 kids. But Ryan and Blake are still incredibly hands-on. Ryan doesn't mind the diaper changes and waking up in the middle of the night.
The other day, there was a diaper so bad I thought we had to move to another town. But otherwise, I'm fine with it.
And when Blake's working, she likes to wake up earlier to get in enough time with her daughters. Number 4. Reese Witherspoon. When Reese first became a mother, she was 23 and says she felt so alone. But now, the mother of 3 has balanced no nannies, a thriving career, and stays true to her Southern upbringing in her parenting. People may assume Reese has relied on a team for childcare, but she says she loves being hands-on, going to all the games and events in her kids' lives that she can make. Number 5. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Mila and Ashton have always maintained wanting to give their kids normal lives, which means they've kept their lives off social media and out of the public eye as much as possible. When Mila first had her daughter Wyatt, they decided against hiring a nanny so they could emotionally bond with her. In fact, Ashton's hands-on fatherhood experience showed him the inequalities of how access to changing tables is often exclusive to women's bathrooms, and he's advocated for more tables in men's restrooms. Number 6. Matthew McConaughey and Camila Alves. Matthew has wanted to be a dad since he was 8 years old, so it makes sense that he refused to hire a nanny and wanted to do everything without outside help when he first became a father. Camila, however, wanted to hire some help, but was all right, doing it Matthew's way. She told Today's Parent she doesn't have a team of nannies and likes being hands-on. She makes the school lunches for her 3 kids, drops and picks them up from school while still balancing work. Number 7. Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost. Since her starring role in The Nanny Diaries, Scarlett has maintained that she doesn't want somebody else raising her child and doesn't see herself hiring full-time help because it's not how she was raised. When she and her then-husband Romain Duriac had their daughter Rose, they didn't hire a nanny. Now, with her second child with husband Colin, they're still hands-on with the everyday tasks of parenthood. Number 8. Zooey Deschanel. Zooey didn't always see herself as a mother, but once she and ex-husband Jacob Petchnik had their 2 children, Zooey slowed down in her career to take on more mommy duties. She told InStyle in 2018 that, "I have 2 kids, and they're very important to me," and that she's focused on them, and it would take a really special project to take her away from them. One thing she loves doing to strengthen the already tight bond between her and her kids is cooking. Number 9. Drew Barrymore. Even though she loves being a mother to her daughters, Olive and Frankie, she shares with her ex-husband Will Kopelman. Drew is happier being a working mom, as she said she felt she was beginning to lose Drew going through a divorce and raising her 2 young daughters. On her show, The Drew Barrymore Show, Drew hosted fellow working moms Jessica Biel and Melanie Lynskey after she thanked her nanny in her Critics Award speech.
It's my husband and my nanny. She's just the coolest person in the world.
While Melanie and Jessica thanked their nannies, Drew appreciated her inner circle. Number 10. Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty have no nannies, and Nicki has no problem tweeting and sharing her motherhood journey. She gave birth to their son, which she calls Papa Bear, and is yet to reveal his name, in September 2020, and spent most of 2021 at home with her new baby, not wanting to risk his health. When fans encouraged her to get a nanny, she said everyone told her to, but it was a difficult decision. Number 11. Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo's relationships with nannies has been quite a ride. She initially tried hiring a nanny for her and ex-husband Mark Anthony's twins, Max and Emmy, but the couple decided, after the candidates weren't a match, to raise them alone and with the help of family. Even after their divorce, J-Lo wanted to raise her twins herself. But in 2015, she told Seth Meyers she hired a male nanny to hang out with her son.
Nanny's like, ouch, okay, Max, he wants to roughhouse.
Number 12. Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. Ryan and Eva credit their families for helping them with taking care of their kids instead of hiring a nanny. Eva has also taken a step back in her own career as an actress since becoming a mother to focus on that. Her last movie role was in 2014 before her oldest, Amanda, was born, and often stays home to take care of them, while Ryan misses her at events, like when he was nominated for an Oscar for La La Land. But it's all because they have no nanny, and she says she prefers staying home with her girls than hitting a red carpet. Number 13. Charlize Theron. As a single mom, Charlize knew she would need help raising her 2 daughters, August and Jackson, so she enlisted the help of her mother, who she calls her co-parenting partner in crime. She also said a lot of her friends and family have helped her when it comes to balancing her very busy schedule and motherhood. In 2019, she told Howard Stern she had one nanny to help balance it all, but that she's still very much hands-on because she wanted to be a mom. Number 14. Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian. Since the birth of their daughter, Alexis Olympia, Serena and Alexis Sr. have made parenting their main focus. So much so that Serena once said she doesn't plan on leaving her daughter until she's 18. If Alexis Jr. isn't appearing in shoots and campaigns with her mom, she's with her grandma and aunties. Despite being open and candid about the struggles of balancing parenthood and career, Serena and Alexis support one another and are keen to bring their daughter along too. Number 15. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Brian Hallisey. With 2 kids, Jennifer Love Hewitt and her husband Brian Hallisey refused to hire a nanny. Even while still maintaining her career, Jennifer has always wanted to be a parent and raising her children herself.
It was heaven. Honestly, I lost my mom suddenly and then fell in love, met my husband, got pregnant.
For her, being a hands-on mother has helped change her perspective on life, that her kids will always be the most important to her. But she doesn't deny it has been interesting raising kids without the hired help. Number 16. Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin. This couple of child actors are not going the nanny route for their son, Dakota, who they welcomed in April 2021. The new parents are overjoyed with the arrival of their son, and telling The Cut, Brenda said the only help they've had has been from her mom. The doll-faced star said her mom would bring her son to set so she could feed him and see him during the day. Number 17. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. Though they are pro-babysitter, like many other celeb parents, Dax and Kristen didn't hire a nanny to care for their daughters, Lincoln and Delta, when they were younger, and wanted to be as hands-on as possible, despite their busy work schedules. They did try hiring a nanny, Monica Padman, but she didn't remain in that position for long, as she turned into Kristen's assistant and then became the co-host on Dax's podcast, The Armchair Expert, that he records in the attic of their home. Number 18. Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden. Having spent the first 5 years of their marriage preparing their lives to become parents, it's no surprise why Cameron and Benji didn't initially want to hire a nanny to care for their daughter, Radix. Cameron stepped away from her acting career, making it easier for her to stay home with her daughter when she was born. But in conversation with Kevin Hart, she revealed they hired some childcare help, but was still hands-on, with Cameron cooking all her meals, waking her up, and Benji putting her to bed. Number 19. Taraji P. Henson. Before she got her rise to fame in Baby Boy and later as Cookie on Empire, Taraji was a single mom at 24 trying to chase her dreams with only $700. She didn't have a nanny and only took roles that allowed her to be at home as much as possible. Even though she struggled, she said she did it to also show her son the real world, so he understood what adversity is. Even though she says it wasn't easy, she still managed to make her dreams happen, with her son by her side. Number 20. Celine Dion and Renee Angelil. Celine and Renee were adamant about not hiring a nanny, especially Celine, who said she didn't have kids not to raise them and give them 200% of herself. Even though it's tiring being a mother and a diva, she finds intense joy in taking care of her kids. But she did credit her mother and sister for helping her, especially when her twins Nelson and Eddie were born. Which celebrity were you surprised to see doesn't have a team of nannies on speed dial? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.